As she walked, strange flashbacks haunted her. Memories of her parents' deaths resurfaced, and she realized the mansion was the same place her family was torn apart. But that wasn't all. In the city of Lagos, a young housemaid named Ada scrubbed the floors of a grand mansion. But little did anyone know that Ada's past was shrouded in tragedy. As a baby, her parents were murdered by armed robbers, and she was left alone, forced to survive on the streets. Years passed, and Ada's hardship only grew stronger by the day. One day, while wandering the streets, she saw a help wanted sign for a housemaid at the same very mansion where her parents were killed. With a mix of emotions, Ada applied for the job and was accepted. As she walked, strange flashbacks haunted her. Memories of her parents' deaths resurfaced, and she realized the mansion was the same place her family was torn apart. But that wasn't all. She discovered the family she worked for was responsible for her parents' murder. Ada's pain and anger simmered, but she hid her true feelings, biding her time to make her plans. The family, ignorant to her secrets, treated Ada with kindness, but her heart was set on revenge. One fateful day, Ada prepared a special meal for the family, lacing it with a deadly poison. As they sat down to eat, Ada's heart raced with anticipation. As the family took their first bite, Ada's eyes was fixed on their faces, her hearts pounding in their chest. They have to pay for this. They killed my parents, so they have to pay, she said to herself. She had planned this moment for so long, and now it was finally here. At first, nothing seemed to happen. The family chatted and laughed, ignorance of the danger lurking in their food. They kept eating. But then, subtle changes began to appear. Their smiles flattered, their eyes grew glassy, and their movements slowed. Ada's grip on her cleaning tool tightened as she watched the family collapse. She had expected this moment to bring her closure, but instead, she felt a hollow emptiness. Just as she thought the family was slipping away, the eldest one among them suddenly lurched forward, his eyes locking onto Ada with a strange intensity. "You!" he croaked, his voice barely audible. "You are the one!" Ada's heart skipped a beat as the family's eyes turned towards her, their faces twisted in a mix of anger and shock. And in that moment, Ada realized her plan had not gone as smoothly as she thought. The family gaze seemed to pierce through her, as if they knew her secrets, as if they knew her true identity. Ada's mind raced with questions. How did they know? What did they know? And then, everything went black. Ada's world went dark as she crumbled to the floor. The family accusing eyes searched into her mind. When she regained consciousness, she was tied to a chair. The family surrounding her, and their faces twisted in anger and betrayal. "You are the one who's been poisoning us," Amechi, the eldest one, said, his voice dripping with venom. "You are the one who's been seeking revenge." Ada's mind raced as the family's words tumbled out, revealing a web of secrets and lies that went far beyond her own story. She learned that the family's wealth was built on fraud and deceit, and that her parents had been silenced to protect their empire. As the family's rage boiled over, Ada realized that her quest for revenge had unleashed a far greater evil. She was trapped with no escape from the consequences of her own actions. And then, just as all hope seemed lost, a sudden commotion erupted outside the room, shattering the tension. The door burst open, and a figure strode in commanding attention. "Enough!" A tall, handsome man named Emeka thundered, his voice authoritative and firm. "This ends now." Ada's heart raced as the family turned to face the intruder, their faces filled with a mix of fear and defiance. Who was this person, and what did he want? Could it be Ada's savior or her executioner? Emeka, a tall and imposing figure, strode into the room, his eyes fixed on the family. "You have gone too far," he declared, his voice dripping with authority. "Your reign of terror ends now." Ada, still tied to the chair, watched in amazement as Emeka approached her. "You, Ada, are the victim of their cruelty," Emeka said, "but you are also a perpetrator. Your quest for revenge has led to this moment." With a swift motion, Emeka cut Ada's bonds, freeing her from the chair. "Choose your path, Ada," he said. "Seek redemption or continue down the path of destruction." Will Ada seek redemption, or will she continue to haunt the family, leading her to the path of destruction? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section.